Magnolia's glamorous past. By the late 1800s, Lexington Avenue in Magnolia was mentioned in the same breath as Fifth Avenue in Paris. Chic high-end stores such as Tiffany's, Jordan Marsh, Filene's, and a myriad of other specialty shops lined the once famous road, which quickly became a top summer destination for the wealthy. The super wealthy would purchase their own boxcars and load their china and linens along with maids and butlers on the train and head to Magnolia, said Jim Cook, president of the Magnolia Historical Society. These wealthy vacationers would travel through a summer circuit starting in the Hamptons, traveling up to Newport, Rhode Island, and on to Magnolia, Mass, before they continued on to areas like the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Early in the 20th century, the popular Oceanside Village shops were complemented by beautiful hotels such as the Hesperus, Oak Grove House, and the New Magnolia Hotel. The pinnacle of these hotels was the massive Oceanside, which at one point could accommodate up to 3,000 guests per night. The Grand Hotel generated its own electricity, had a casino, and a music ballroom with big bands playing on a weekly basis. Magnolia was not only a destination for shopping, sun, and sand, it was also a hotspot for music. Conductors, the likes of John Philip Sousa and his Marine Corps band, frequented the Oceanside Hotel, and the 400-room New Magnolia Hotel had its own in-house orchestra to entertain its guests. Magnolia's fame grew and mansions sprung up around the village as wealthy vacationers decided to own a permanent piece of this beautiful summer retreat. By the late 20s and 30s, much in America had changed. The First World War, the advent of the automobile, and the Great Depression all contributed to the gradual decline of Magnolia's summer business. Stores left the seaside village and migrated to larger cities as automobile-owning patrons were no longer confined to train routes and schedules. Fran Hines, founder of the Magnolia Historical Society, confirms that by World War II, Magnolia's reign as a top American summer destination was over. On December 11, 1958, on the coldest night of the year, the massive Oceanside Hotel burned to the ground. This was the final nail in the coffin, Hines said. Over the decades, many of the grand hotels and mansions became victims of fire as well, or they ended up subdivided. Only shadows remain of this once glamorous summer village. Today, driving down Lexington Avenue, you have to pay close attention to catch glimpses of architecture from this historic time. Grand pillars that once welcomed guests to the Oceanside now overdress an asphalt parking lot. There are no more tea gardens, big band concerts, or high-end stores. No longer are women in long-sleeved dresses carrying umbrellas as they stroll down the sidewalk. Today, patrons walk down Lexington Avenue sipping Dunkin' Donuts coffee dressed in casual attire. Many of the storefront shops are still occupied, but several sit empty, having gone into a hibernation of sorts, simply awaiting a revival. The question remains whether history will ever repeat itself in this sleepy jewel of Gloucester.